I'm guilty of that one as well. I heard that she rode naked and I certainly believe that. Oh, sheesh. I'm gullible.
But I wasn't wrong up in my But I wasn't wrong up in my
Hi guys, it's your Island Girl and I'm back with another. It's your Island Girl and I'm back with. Yes, ma'am. Can I speak? Can I speak? It's your Island Girl and I'm back with another reaction video for you today. And today we are reacting to top 10 lies you believed about Britain. Now, I think I'm going to be guilty of some of these lies because, as you know, we as people tend to hear stuff about a country and we believe it because we don't have the actual fact about it. So we're going to get right into this one. So if you're new to my channel and it's your first time here, come on in. Right back, put a smile on your face. Welcome and thank you for being here. To all my regular smegglers, my day one, my sweetie poo, my sweetie pie, thank you guys for always being here with your girl and rocking with me. Come on in. Right back. Put a smile on your face and enjoy this reaction with your Island Girl. Don't forget to go into the comment section. Tell me what you'd like me to react to next because it will be done. Without further ado, let your girl put on them nice little headphones. Don't know where my bunny headphones are, but we're rocking with these one right now. Baby girl is in the room, so if you hear me, any little chatting going on, there you go. That's baby girl. Letting me know that she is here. So let's get into this video. Here we go.
For this list, we're setting straight those misconceptions you've always believed about this country.
Okay.
Number 10. All swans are property of the Queen. We've all been brought up to believe that all swans belong to the Queen, and therefore harming them or eating them is a big no-no. However, one 5-year-old swan enthusiast wrote to the Queen asking if she could have one, and the response she got surprised us all. A representative wrote back debunking the common misconception that seems to date back to the 12th century. The Monarch actually only owns all unmarked mute swans in open water around certain areas of the River Thames and Windsor. Every year, local children are invited to witness the swan-upping event, which helps keep track of the birds. Number 9. London.
That, number one, I'm guilty of. I believed that all swans belong. I'm one of them who that's what I heard, and I am guilty of it. So now the record has set straight. That's not the case. Let's continue.
London is buried under fog. Fog everywhere. So begins Charles Dickens' Bleak House, and yet somehow the reputation has stuck even to this day. Due to the Industrial Revolution during the 19th century, Londoners did see an average of 63 foggy days per year, and in 1952, the Great Smog was said to have killed around 12,000 people.
Smoke from the capital's chimneys is being trapped at street level, which is aggravating the fog.
Nowadays, you'll actually find that London, or anywhere else in the UK really, doesn't even cut the top 10 foggiest countries around the world, with Grand Banks, Newfoundland, Canada taking the top spot.
Oh, wow.
Once coal fires were banned, London saw less fog, and today it's not as common as you would think. Number 8.
Heard that before, but then after watching certain videos and over a period of time, getting a little older, I realized that wasn't the case. But I used to hear it was the foggiest place ever. But like I said, over time, I've realized that wasn't the case. So I was guilty of that back then, but your girl know better because I'm learning more and more about London, okay?
Lady Godiva rode naked on horseback. Lady Godiva wasn't just a made-up figure from a Tennyson poem or a delicious brand of chocolate. In Tennyson's versions of events, Lady Godiva rode naked on horseback through the streets of Coventry in response to her husband Leofric's oppressive tax. In reality, there are some sources that suggest that her lord husband requested she do just that, but there is insufficient proof that she followed through, with most historians insisting that it never happened. This story only started making the rounds around 100 years after her death, and by a monk whose storytelling didn't always adhere to the truth. Number 7, Great Britain.
Here goes baby girl, I'm guilty of that one as well. I heard that she rode naked and I certainly believe that. Oh, sheesh, I'm gullible. I'm so gullible over here. Let's see what number 7 has for me. No, sir.
Great Britain, the UK, and England are synonyms.
For England, James? No. For me.
Getting this wrong is a surefire way to make enemies across the UK. Just try asking a Scot what part of England they're from. Go ahead, we dare ya. Great Britain is an island made up of England, Scotland and Wales. Great Britain and Northern Ireland together make up the United Kingdom. Emphasis on the Northern, yes, that's another border you don't want to mix up. We'd also tell you about the Channel Islands, British Isles, Isle of Man, and so on, but we suggest you get your head around the basics first, and then we can talk. Number 6, you never find...
Now that I know, that I definitely know. Your girl is not that bad. That I know. And not only that, I did a video with the TT Isle of Man. I didn't even know anything about that. That was surprising to me, but that I know. I know that they're not
from a
synonyms.
rat
I
in
know
London.
that.
Another stereotype of England's capital is that you're never more than 6 feet away from a rat at any given time. Now, London is approximately 1,572 kilometers squared, and there are around 10.5 million rats in the UK. You do the maths. It's possible that a former Minister of Agriculture invented this little rumour to promote hygiene in homes, which makes you wonder just how bad things must have been.
Exactly.
According to Dr. Dave Cowan, the truth is that you're more likely to be around 50 meters away from a rat at any time. Sounds a lot less disgusting now, right?
Ugh.
Number 5, Richard III was a bad guy.
The rat thing, I've heard it, but that's still a lot of rats. But I've heard it. I didn't really believe it like that, but I've heard it. But that is interesting. That's a lot of rats. Golly, here in Alaska, I don't have to worry about them stuff. Jeez.
Richard III was a bad guy. Chances are, if you grew up in the UK, you were taught about the villainous Richard III, who walked around with a limp and had a hunchback. History tells us that he was this terrible geezer who stole the throne from his brother, locked his nephews in a tower, and ultimately had them killed. But in reality, when his reign came to an end, the Tudor dynasty took the throne. And let's just say that historians decided to record things a little differently. Shakespeare may have played his part in this retelling of events too. There's taking creative license, and then there's completely rewriting history.
A horse! My kingdom for a horse!
Number 4, Big Ben is a clock. One of the most iconic features of the London skyline has been dubbed Big Ben by tourists and locals alike, but it wasn't always called that. In the Victorian era, it was called St. Stephen's Tower, and until recently, it was just named the Clock Tower, and you really can't go wrong with that. However, today its official name is the Elizabeth Tower, in celebration of the Queen's Diamond Jubilee in 2012. But as interesting as this is, it's all superfluous for the discussion at hand. That's because Big Ben is the nickname of the bell, not the tower that houses it.
Guilty, 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 guilty. I was convinced and I thought that Big Ben was the clock. I thought, and even when I watch movies, I thought the clock was Big Ben. Golly, I don't know nothing about you guys. Do I not know nothing about London? Do I not know anything about the Brits? Oh, I'm learning. I'm sorry. I'm learning. Wheezy.
Number 3, the Great Fire of London ended the plague. When you learned about the Black Plague at school, it was almost always immediately followed by a lesson about the Great Fire of London, because it was said that this fire, that devastated London, actually brought an end to the plague, right? Well, no, not really. The fire only burned up about a quarter of urban London, with the worst areas affected by plague, Whitechapel, Clerkenwell, and Southwark getting through it with barely a singe. By the time the fire started, deaths from plague were already on the decline, but once the fire was over, it was still not extinct. Number 2.
Jeez, easy, wheezy. I'm guilty with all these stuff that was, these lies that were told. Well, you gotta give me some leniency. Give some leniency to your island girl. I wouldn't have known that these things weren't true unless I was watching this video today. So guess what? I stand corrected. I am sorry that I didn't know all of this. But this is crazy. I heard that it was the Great Fire that helped with the plague. Helped with the eradication of the... Oh, wow.
Number 2,
Even the
the royal
babies
family
confirming.
always lives
Oh,
in
me.
Buckingham Palace. Crowds swarm Buckingham Palace every year in the hope of seeing the changing of the guards, or better yet, a member of the royal family leaving the palace to run some royal errands. The only problem is, none of the royal family live full-time in Buckingham Palace. It's more
Oh.
like the Queen's office and a nice venue for special events.
Said it very heavy.
Yes.
People also mistakenly look out for the Union Jack to know if the Queen is in, but it's actually a different flag, the Royal Standard, that's flown at the royal residences, Buckingham Palace, Windsor Castle, or Sandringham House when she's present. Number 1,
Interesting.
the Queen is all-powerful. The job description of monarch has changed since the days of Henry VIII, but the Queen still does have a number of powers, and it's not all about travelling the world and waving politely. But in today's British Constitution, she has ministers who are entrusted with exercising her powers. The Queen can summon Parliament, sign bills into laws, appoint or remove ministers, appoint the Prime Minister, and declare war, just to name a few.
Oh, really? Please.
Boo.
A lot of these motions are ceremonial, but it's good to know that if we were ever on the verge of war, the Queen has the power to pull that plug.
I didn't know that. Interesting. I thought she was all powerful from all those stories you hear back then. But now you know that she is not. She can call certain shots, yes, but not. That is amazing. I like the idea that she, like as they said, if there's a war, she can pull the plug. She can fire ministers. She can do all of that. But she still does not have the power. She still does not have the power to control everything. Yeah, cause you cannot give one human such power. That is crazy. That is ridiculous. You cannot give one person so much power. So much. Yeah, so much power. You can't even use another word. Not only that, the one about the flag that when they're there and they live in, I had no clue about that. So that was something new to me. Well, that's it from your island girl, guys. I hope you guys enjoy this video, because I am guilty of 3/4 of what was said. And I'm happy that now I stand, like I said, now I know that wasn't the case. That's not the case. Jesus, like I said, one gullible mama. thank you for the clarity. So if you want to watch this video undisturbed, there's Watch Mojo UK. The link for this video will be in the description below. Guys, if you enjoy this video, there's a thank you button on my channel. You can go ahead and donate to the channel, as it will make the channel better for you and I. Okay guys, not only that, if you reach this far in the video, go ahead and write one love. All right, thank you so much for watching. It's your island girl and I'm skedaddling out of here. I'll definitely see you in another video. Don't forget to do what? Rock back, relax, put a smile on your face, and continue to enjoy and put in your requests for your videos. They're all coming. Just give your girl some time. Love you guys. Bye.